The planes that are currently used as Air Force One are due to be upgraded, and their replacements are expected to arrive at Andrews Air Force Base very soon. The President and his personnel will use these planes. The older models of aircraft that former President George H.W. Bush first used in the 1990s will be replaced by the Boeing 747-8I aircraft. Despite President Donald Trump's efforts to save costs, it is still anticipated that the replacement program will cost $5.3 billion. Welcome to Billionista. If you love videos about luxury living, please subscribe and click the bell so you never miss a video. And don't forget to like and share too. The current presidential planes in use in the United States are roughly 30 years old, which is around the life expectancy of a commercial jet. The Air Force has designated the Boeing 747 VC-25A as the President's personal plane at the present time. It features a length of about 3 stories tall, with protected windows, multiple medical stations, and a galley that can feed 100 people. Today's jets cover 4,000 square feet. These planes are equipped with encryption software and can resist electrical discharge from a nuclear explosion, among other things, making them more than just a means of transportation for the President. However, it is currently being phased out in favor of the 747-8I, also known as the VC-25B. Although the new planes are larger and use less fuel, they will still only be capable of carrying the same number of passengers, which is 71 persons at a time. Let's take a look at the history of presidential aircraft from Boeing before diving into the latest release of Air Force One. When it lands anywhere, the Air Force conveys American power and authority and carries out its primary function of transporting the President's most important guests. Technically, Air Force One is not the title of the plane itself, but rather the call sign for any plane in which the President is currently traveling. Thus, the blue and white plane would cease to be known as Air Force One if it ever took off without the President on board. President John F. Kennedy originally had the idea to build a flying White House, which led to the development of the presidential jet as we know it today. Jackie Kennedy was credited with having the most input into the plane's timeless blue and white exterior, stylish interiors, and the commissioning of a special modified Boeing 707 to realize her husband's vision. However, the new planes will be substantially different in appearance from the outside. Both of these planes, with all of the extra features and customizations that President Obama requested, cost a total of $4.4 billion when he first spec'd them. Trump was so taken aback by the sum that as soon as he arrived in office, he canceled the order and renegotiated for a lower price. His Mar-a-Lago property in Florida was the site of a meeting with Boeing's former CEO, Dennis Muilenburg. 2 747-8I planes would be totally renovated into a flying White House according to the terms of the arrangement. Those jets are pre-owned. They were originally designed for a now bankrupt Russian airline but will soon be outfitted with an external stair, spacious galleys, and a secure communication area for the President. Trump reduced the price tag from $4.4 billion to $3.9 billion, which is a huge saving for the government. Moreover, he revealed that the current jet's traditional white and blue color scheme would be replaced by the American flag's red, white, and blue. The plane's miniature replica was on exhibit in the Oval Office. Before we proceed to the inside of the plane, I just want to ask which plane from history is your favorite. Let us know in the comments section below because I want to hear from my viewers and get that conversation going. And now, back to the video. This is what the interior will look like. Crafted by the French design studio cabinet Alberto Pinto, there's not much of a difference between this 747-8I plane and a presidential suite. It has luxuriously furnished staterooms, spacious dining halls, and plush lounges. The quietest place on board, the master bedroom, is located at the nose of the plane, straight under the pilot. The walk-in shower and separate vanity with a complete mirror and sink can be found in the master bedroom. The aircraft's main foyer, which includes the stairs to the top deck, separates the master bedroom from the remainder of the aircraft. The crew's accommodations are hidden under the famous hump. But it does have a full living area with a flat-screen TV and bookcases. There are leather recliners and TVs in all the private offices and dining halls. The salon, which features 3 sofas, a coffee table, and high ceilings, is the most eye-catching part of this ultra-luxurious plane. It's the perfect place for meetings or to relax after one. It has been confirmed that the President's plane would be fitted with state-of-the-art jet engines manufactured by General Electric, which are significantly superior to those found in the current crop of the Air Force One jets. These new engines are expected to save fuel costs of $1.9 billion annually. Electric power enhancements, a mission communication system, and a fully stocked medical facility will be installed in the planes before they are disassembled and rebuilt in San Antonio, Texas. With the new VC-25B's range of 5,900 nautical miles, Air Force One can fly non-stop from Washington to every major city on Earth. Despite how fantastic that may appear, modern jets are still superior. With the ability to refuel in flight, their range is effectively infinite. However, due to the lack of demand, the 747-I-8 no longer includes the ability to refuel in flight. The new plane will have smokescreen and flare dispensers as part of its high-tech defenses, allowing it to avoid missiles. This airliner was last upgraded during the Reagan era, costing $660 million during the Bush administration to finish the project. While Trump and Boeing's CEO agreed upon the final price tag to be $3.9 billion, it now appears that additional charges may be incurred. Additionally, the manuals were left out of the initial deal. The updated Boeing 747-8I operating instructions price is an eye-popping $84 million. More than 100,000 pages of material from Boeing and all the subcontractors will be stored there, all of which pertain to the VC-25B. It's also worth noting that the manuals won't be completed until January 2025, a full year after the planes are expected to be ready. In fact, unexpected additional expenses that weren't factored into the original agreement keep cropping up. The planes with major modifications cost $3.9 billion, but testing the plane, purchasing spare parts, installing support equipment, and training the crew will cost an extra $1.4 billion. Building a new hangar at Joint Base Andrews outside of Washington, D.C. will up the price tag even further. The total cost of everything mentioned here and more is nearly $5.3 billion. Although it may seem steep, the price of the manual is comparable to that of technical guides for other types of military hardware. For instance, updating just one portion of the P-8 Poseidon Mechanical Maintenance Handbook cost $31 million. The requirement for secrecy also contributes to the high price. This means that the cost of producing documentation for military systems is typically higher than average. Boeing's 747-8I print manuals are available online and at 126 pages. They're a lot shorter than the 100,000 pages of Air Force One paperwork you'll have to read. In contrast to the VC-25B manuals, those can be downloaded at no cost, since everything done for Air Force One is unique and the employees who do the work have to have top secret credentials. The project costs a lot of money. If Boeing decides to end production of the 747 altogether, the new Air Force One might be the last jumbo plane ever used by a sitting president. So Billionistas, personally, what are your thoughts about the video? Let me know in the comments. That's it for this time. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.